You're lying in bed next to someone you're attracted to, the moment's right, everything should be working perfectly, but your body just isn't cooperating the way it used to. And here's what most guys don't realize. The problem might have nothing to do with your age, your testosterone, or anything medical at all. The issue could literally be the room you're sleeping in. I know that sounds strange, but stick with me here, because what I'm about to share with you is backed by some fascinating research that most men have never heard about. Your bedroom environment has a direct, measurable impact on your sexual function, and 3 specific mistakes are sabotaging your erection quality night after night without you even knowing it. Now, before we dive in, I want to be clear about something. If you're experiencing persistent erectile difficulties, you absolutely should talk to your doctor. There can be underlying health issues that need attention, from cardiovascular concerns to hormonal imbalances, and those require professional medical care. What we're talking about today are environmental factors that research suggests can either support or undermine your sexual health, often in ways that amplify other issues you might be dealing with. Let's start with something that's probably happening in your bedroom right now, and it's affecting way more than just your sex life. The first mistake is sleeping in a room that's too warm. Most people think a cozy, warm bedroom is ideal for intimacy, but your body has very different ideas about what temperature supports optimal sexual function. Here's why this matters so much. Your testicles hang outside your body for a specific reason. They need to be about 3 to 5 degrees cooler than your core body temperature to produce testosterone efficiently and maintain healthy sperm production. When you're sleeping in a warm room night after night, you're essentially putting your testosterone production in a less than ideal environment. Research from Stanford University has found that the optimal sleep temperature for most adults is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That might feel cool when you first get into bed, but it's what your body needs for proper hormonal regulation. And here's where it gets really interesting for sexual health. When your core body temperature drops slightly during sleep, it triggers better deep sleep cycles. Deep sleep is when your body does most of its testosterone production. In fact, studies have shown that men who get quality deep sleep can have testosterone levels that are 10 to 15% higher than men with poor sleep quality. That's significant because testosterone plays a direct role in erectile function, sexual desire, and overall sexual performance. But there's another piece to this puzzle. When you sleep in a too warm environment, you're more likely to experience fragmented sleep. You might not even realize you're waking up multiple times per night, but your body registers it. This disrupted sleep pattern interferes with the natural testosterone production cycle, and over time, it can contribute to declining sexual function. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I like feeling warm when I sleep. I get it. The solution isn't to freeze yourself out. Instead, try this. Lower your bedroom temperature to around 65 degrees, but use layers. A good comforter that you can adjust throughout the night gives you the cozy feeling without overheating your body. And here's a pro tip. If you sleep with a partner who likes it warmer, consider separate blankets. Scandinavian couples have been doing this for decades, and it's genius. You each get the temperature regulation you need without compromise. The difference this can make is real. Men who optimize their sleep temperature often report feeling more energized during the day and noticing improvements in morning erections, which are actually a good indicator of overall erectile health. Those morning erections aren't just random, they're a sign that your body's going through proper REM sleep cycles and maintaining healthy blood flow. Now, let's talk about the second mistake, and this one's become increasingly common in the last decade or so. You're bringing your phone, tablet, or laptop into bed with you. And I'm not just talking about the distraction factor or the impact on intimacy, though those are real issues. I'm talking about what the blue light from these screens is doing to your hormonal system. Here's what happens. Your eyes contain special cells that are incredibly sensitive to blue wavelength light. When these cells detect blue light, they send a signal to your brain that says, "Hey, it's daytime, stay alert." This suppresses the production of melatonin, which is your body's sleep hormone. Now you might think, so what, I'll just fall asleep a little later. But the impact goes much deeper than that. Melatonin doesn't just help you fall asleep. It's also involved in regulating your entire endocrine system, including the production of sex hormones. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that men with disrupted melatonin production often have corresponding disruptions in testosterone production. The two hormones work together in a delicate balance. But here's the part that directly affects erection quality. When you're scrolling through your phone before bed, you're activating your sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight response. And here's the crucial thing to understand. You cannot have an erection while your sympathetic nervous system is highly activated. Erections require your parasympathetic nervous system to be dominant. That's your rest and digest mode. Think about it this way. When you're stressed, anxious, or in fight or flight mode, your body is redirecting blood flow to your major muscle groups and vital organs, preparing you to deal with a perceived threat. Blood flow to your genitals is not a priority in that state. It's actually counterproductive from a survival standpoint. So when you're lying in bed, scrolling through social media, reading stressful news, checking work emails, or even just exposing your eyes to that bright blue light, you're keeping your body in a state that's fundamentally incompatible with sexual arousal and function. And if this is your nightly habit, you're training your body to associate the bedroom with stress and activation rather than relaxation and intimacy. The research on this is pretty compelling. A study from the University of Haifa found that men who used electronic devices for more than an hour before bed had significantly lower sleep quality and reported more difficulties with sexual function compared to men who avoided screens before sleep. Another study tracked men's testosterone levels and found that those who reduced their evening screen time saw improvements in both sleep quality and morning testosterone levels within just 2 weeks. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I need to wind down and scrolling helps me relax. I hear this all the time and I get it. The problem is it feels relaxing because it's numbing, not because it's actually helping your body transition into a restful state. It's kind of like how eating a bunch of sugar might give you a quick energy boost, but it's not actually nourishing your body. Here's what actually works better. Set a digital sunset for yourself. About an hour before bed, put the devices away. If you absolutely must use a screen, enable the night mode or blue light filter, but honestly, it's better to avoid them altogether. Instead, try reading a physical book, having an actual conversation with your partner, doing some light stretching, or even just sitting quietly and letting your mind decompress from the day. And here's something interesting that a lot of guys find helpful. Use that pre-bed time to reconnect physically with your partner in non-sexual ways. Cuddling, gentle massage, or just lying together and talking activates that parasympathetic nervous system we talked about. It gets your body into the state where sexual function is actually possible. You might find that when screens aren't competing for your attention, intimacy happens more naturally and your body responds better. The third mistake might surprise you because it seems completely unrelated to sexual health at first glance. Your bedroom is too bright even when you're trying to sleep. And I don't just mean leaving the lights on. I'm talking about light pollution from streetlights outside your window, the glow from your alarm clock, the little LED lights on your TV or smoke detector, even moonlight coming through thin curtains. Your body has an incredibly sophisticated internal clock called your circadian rhythm, and it's regulated primarily by light exposure. Even small amounts of light during sleep can disrupt this rhythm in ways that cascade through your entire hormonal system. Research from Ohio State University found that exposure to even dim light during sleep, the equivalent of a nightlight or light coming in from outside, can suppress melatonin production by up to 50%. And remember, melatonin isn't just about falling asleep, it's intimately connected to your testosterone production and overall hormonal health. But there's another mechanism at play here that directly affects erectile function. When your sleep is disrupted by light exposure, even if you don't consciously wake up, your body produces more cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and chronically elevated cortisol has a direct negative impact on testosterone production. High cortisol and healthy testosterone production are essentially at odds with each other. Here's what makes this particularly relevant for sexual health. Studies have shown that men who sleep in completely dark rooms have better erectile function scores and higher reported sexual satisfaction compared to men who sleep with ambient light exposure. One study from Japan tracked men's sleep environments and sexual health for 6 months and found that those who made their bedrooms darker reported noticeable improvements in both desire and performance. And there's a blood flow component to this as well. Quality sleep in a dark environment supports better endothelial function. Your endothelium is the lining of your blood vessels, and healthy endothelial function is absolutely crucial for erections. When blood vessels can dilate properly in response to sexual arousal, erections are stronger and more sustainable. Poor sleep quality, including sleep disrupted by light, has been associated with worse endothelial function. So what's the solution? Make your bedroom as dark as possible. I mean really dark, like you can't see your hand in front of your face, dark. Use blackout curtains or shades to block outside light. Cover or remove any electronics with LED lights, or at least put tape over the lights. If your alarm clock has a bright display, either dim it, turn it away from you, or switch to one with a dimmer display. If complete darkness isn't possible due to your living situation, a high-quality sleep mask can work almost as well. Look for one that's contoured, so it doesn't put pressure on your eyes and blocks light completely. It takes a few nights to get used to sleeping with a mask, but most guys find it becomes second nature pretty quickly. Now here's something that ties all three of these mistakes together. They're all related to sleep quality, and sleep quality is one of the most underappreciated factors in male sexual health. We tend to focus on the obvious things like exercise, diet, and stress management, and those absolutely matter. But if you're not sleeping well, everything else becomes harder. Think about it from your body's perspective. Sleep is when you recover, when you rebuild, when your hormones reset for the next day. If that process is compromised by a too warm room, by blue light exposure keeping you in fight or flight mode, or by ambient light disrupting your circadian rhythm, then your body never gets the full reset it needs. Over time, this accumulated sleep debt shows up in all kinds of ways, and sexual function is often one of the first places men notice a problem. The good news is that these are all completely fixable. You don't need a prescription, you don't need expensive supplements, you don't need to completely overhaul your life. You just need to make your bedroom work for you instead of against you. Start with temperature. Get your room cooler tonight. It's the easiest change to make and often has the fastest noticeable impact. Then tackle the screen issue. Commit to just 1 week of no devices an hour before bed and see how you feel. Finally, make your room darker. It might take a weekend to set up blackout curtains or find the right sleep mask, but it's worth the effort. And here's what a lot of guys tell me after making these changes. The benefits go way beyond sexual health. They wake up feeling more rested, they have more energy during the day, their mood improves, their productivity increases. Better sleep has this ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life. The improvements in erectile function are just one part of feeling like yourself again. One more thing I want to mention, because it's important. If you make these changes and you're still experiencing erectile difficulties, please talk to your doctor. These environmental factors can definitely impact your sexual function, but they're not the whole story. Erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of cardiovascular issues, diabetes, hormonal problems, or psychological factors like anxiety or depression. Your doctor can help you figure out what's going on and what the best treatment approach is for your specific situation. But for many guys, especially younger men who are confused about why their sexual function isn't what it used to be, these bedroom mistakes are playing a bigger role than they realize. Your environment matters, your sleep matters, and when you optimize both, your body has the foundation it needs to function the way you want it to. So here's my question for you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which of these 3 mistakes is happening in your bedroom right now? Are you sleeping too warm, bringing screens to bed, or dealing with too much light? Let me know, because I'm genuinely curious which of these is the most common issue. And if you found this information helpful, if it gave you something practical you can actually use tonight to start improving your sleep and your sexual health, consider subscribing. I'm here to give you real, science-backed information about men's health without the hype, without the scare tactics, just honest, useful content that can actually make a difference in your life. Take care of yourself, fix your bedroom, and trust that when you give your body what it needs to recover and function properly, good things follow.